Welcome to my YouTube channel, where my approach is to share with you relationship advice centered around breakups in a conversational manner as if I am there with you. Relationships, especially the time following a breakup, is one of the worst things we can go through in life. But it doesn't have to be. I'm here to guide you through it. You are not alone. Love languages. Today I'm going to talk with you about love languages. This is something I wasn't familiar with up until only recently after one of my breakups. And I hope that this will help you as much as it did for me in understanding some of the reasons why communication broke down in one of my past relationships. For those that aren't familiar with what this is, there are in total 5 love languages. First one is words of affirmation, such as compliments and reassurance. I just want you to know that I love you. I just want you to know that I really liked what you did for me this past weekend. I appreciate you. I care about you. The second one is quality time. It's very self-explanatory. It's just alone time with your significant other. The third is acts of service, chores and errands. Fourth is receiving gifts. And lastly, the fifth is physical touch or intimacy. Now, the problem with love languages is that we tend to give and show our love to our significant other what our own love languages are. Sometimes we're lucky in that they have similar love languages or the same. Other times, we're not so lucky and they're not as receptive towards this, and it causes both of you grief and makes you feel unloved by your partner. And it causes a lot of frustration. I'll share with you an example of one of my recent exes. Her primary love language was receiving gifts and acts of service. She grew up more affluent than I did, and she was a single daughter, and her parents weren't around as much. Therefore, they showed their love by providing gifts and buying her whatever she wanted. On the other hand, I grew up more social, economically, and financially challenged, as many of us Hmong do, and my personal love language was words of affirmation and physical touch. During our honeymoon phase, we both gave each other a lot of passes whenever we felt like we weren't being loved, and while we were still in that hormone-induced state. Over time, as the butterflies went away, we both began developing and building resentment towards one another because we both felt like we were unloved. And it caused a lot of problems, especially within communication. My ex wanted me to constantly buy her things, and it made me feel as though I was essentially buying her love. And in return, I felt that she didn't encourage or reaffirm me as much as I wanted her to. And by understanding what love languages are and being aware of your significant other's love languages, it can help better strengthen your relationship. If you get the chance to reconcile with your ex, or if you begin dating someone new, keep in mind what their love languages are and be aware of it. I find that it is usually best to simply just have the conversation and ask them what they think their love language is and adjust accordingly. There's also great tools online. You can just Google love language quiz, and it'll give you a good snapshot of what you think your love languages are. Now, communication is a must here, and that it shouldn't be one-sided, where one person is doing all the work, adjusting to the other person's love language. But this should be a conversation and a mutual understanding of each other's limitations and ultimately a compromise. So I hope that this video helps you in your path of personal growth and better understanding of not only yourself, but yourself in relation to others. And remember that you are not alone, and everything will be okay. I promise.